Hi, this is Ryan McCollum from infantryministries.com. This is the answer tutorial for the first tutorial, Identifying a Discourse Part I, the first part of Chapter Bible Study. At the end of the previous tutorial, we encouraged you to take a look at John chapter 3 and to try to identify the discourses. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that now on video so that you can follow with me and have something to compare your answers to. The discourse I've identified, first of all, is John chapter 3 verses 1 through 21. And as we read through it, we see the Pharisees. Oh, and we have a name in particular, Nicodemus. Okay. As we continue to read on, we see that he came to Jesus, so we have two characters involved in this story now. And as we read on, we come to find that we are, in fact, in a dialogue. This whole thing is a conversation. It's a conversation about being born again, about the Spirit, about eternal life. These are words that repeat themselves. Okay. So we continue to read on. And we've chosen verse 21 to be the end of the discourse because this is where the conversation between Jesus and Nicodemus ends. And as we mentioned before in the first tutorial, there's this key word after. 9 times out of 10, that makes a clear sign that you're moving from one discourse to another. And as we said in the last tutorial, because we're new to this, we're going to assume for right now that where one discourse ends, another one immediately begins. So since we've identified verse 22 as being the end point of the first discourse, or 21 rather, verse 22 becomes the start point of the second discourse in the chapter. Again, we can also tell that this is a new discourse because we still see Jesus, but now we see the disciples and we have a change in characters. And we see a slight change in words being used. Whereas before we were talking about being born of the Spirit, born of water, now we've started using the word baptizing and baptized. And so these are words that help us to tie together the discourse. And we continue on. And we've said that verse 36 was the end of the second discourse. However, it's important to notice that while we're trying to keep identifying a discourse contained to one chapter right now, in the future as we advance, it's important to remember that a discourse can actually pass by the chapter markers and into a new chapter. But for now, we're containing it within one chapter. So again, if you have any questions, my information is on the Contact Us page of the website, Ryan McCollum at infantryministries.com. I encourage you to email me with any questions that you have, and I would be glad to get back to you and to assist you in any way possible. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and again, I hope that God richly blesses your personal Bible study.